you can do 1 inch. Okay, so I'm just using this to demonstrate. So if you look at the 1 inch I've made, because of the kind of the small pepper I'm using, of course you might have these ruffles up to 7 of them, these lines up to 7 of them on your own fabric according to your length. So this is what I'm going to do now. This is my first ruffle. I'm going to measure on my fabric. I'm measuring how many inches. I have the first ruffle as 12 inches. So I will note the first ruffle. First is 12 inches. I'll go over to the second one. I'll measure, of course the second one should be longer. I have 16, so I'll say second 16 inches. I'll go over to the third ruffles. I'm going to measure and I will say 19 inches. So 3 is 19 inches. So what do I do with these figures? I'm going to times by 3 for each of them. That is the length of the two ruffle I'm going to use. So 12 times 3 will give us 36. So I have a full long 36. So you can actually use a yard of ruffle for this. Okay, you can actually use a yard of ruffle. So of tulle, sorry. Okay, so if this is my tulle fabric for an example, I'm going to measure the length of 36. Okay, the length is going to be 36. I don't know whether you actually see what I'm doing right here. So full length is 36, then the width will be 4 inches. When you place it on fold, you have 2 inches. Okay, so you will just go over to your machine. In between the 2 inches, you run a gathered stitches. Okay, just like when you make cloud ruffles. Okay, in fact this is a cloud ruffle. So if you are seeing what I'm doing here, I'm just using my hands to make gathers. Can you see? So by the time you gather that 36 inches, you come back. You can see, although I have not gathered it, but just give it a try. You see what I mean. So I've already, okay, let me just cut it off so I don't confuse some people right here. So this is my tulle. So let me just clean up the edges. So I'll just pretend this to be my 4 inches width and length is 36. I set aside what I have here. So what I'm talking about is you have to fold your ruffles by 2. Once you fold it into 2, it will give you 2 inches. Go over to your machine and run a gather stitch at the middle. Once you are gathering, you see this thing coming this way. Can you see? So I'll just use my hand and be making the gathers for you. Can you see? Can you see that? So by the time you gather this 36, if you want it more fuller, you can times by 4. Remember our calculation was by 3. If you want it more fuller, you can even times by 5. And you place it on top of the first ruffle, okay, according to your gathers, and stitch on top of it. For the first one, you place the next one, stitch on top, place the third one, and you have it full like that. Once it is full, you will see it, come out so beautiful. You will now go ahead and sew. You can see, raise it up, raise the ruffle up, and use this seam allowance to attach to this skirt piece. Can you see? Remember I did this. This is for both front and back. So you just attach to the skirt piece and you have your ruffles. So this is a demonstration tutorial. So if you understand what I just did right here, give it a try. Go to your machine, cut your ruffles, sew them along the lines. It's quite very easy. and the result. Please drop your comments on the comment section and how you went about it and all that. Okay, you can also send us pictures on our WhatsApp group. Okay, so if you are not in the WhatsApp group, you can touch or click the link on the description box below to join us. Thank you very much for